What's your sense of what is going on with Jude Bellingham and Tuchel and England?
Well, I think Tuchel is in an incredibly fortunate position in that his contract expires after the World Cup. His job is the World Cup. So everything he does is geared to that. He doesn't have to think about the next Euros or the World Cup after that. So he can afford to ostracize players. He's also in a fortunate position that England have more creative, yeah, high level creative attacking midfielders than probably they've ever had, certainly in my lifetime. So 20 years ago, Bellingham, everything would have hung on Bellingham in the way that in the 90s everything hung on Gascoigne, in the way that 10 years later everything hung on Rooney. If he's half fit, he plays. That's just not the case. And what that means is Tuchel can treat this far more like a club job. I think certain players were at times irritated by Bellingham's behaviour during the Euros, that they felt he put himself front and centre. So I can imagine Tuchel has noticed that. Tuchel, I think, is very switched on to squad dynamics and things like that, and maybe felt, yeah, there's a time just to sort of push this down. And the truth is, he doesn't need to pick Bellingham for the World Cup. Um, yeah, England could play Cole Palmer there. They can play Morgan Rogers there. They can play Phil Foden there. They've got lots of options.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bellingham will be in the squad at the World Cup. But if it's a slightly more restrained, slightly more team focused Bellingham, that might not be the worst thing in the world.